This wild seed tastes like licorice and green sherbet. This is Sweet Cicely, one of the best tasting wild plants you can forage in spring and early summer. You can eat and use all parts of the plant. The leaves and the seeds can be used anywhere where you want an aniseed flavour basically, but the seeds, when they're young, green and tender, are my favourite bit of the plant. They're like aniseed sweets, and it can indeed be used as a natural sweetener. These seeds, which are most commonly ready in late spring and early summer, can be eaten fresh, sprinkled into salads or even in fruit salads. They pair well with rhubarb. You can use them as a spice in the kitchen or even infuse them into syrups. So here's how to identify Sweet Cicely safely. Because yes, there is a passing resemblance to the deadly toxic hemlock. Both hemlock and Sweet Cicely are in the carrot family and they both have fern-like leaves. But I promise you, with a little bit of attention to detail, there are some really big, obvious differences, which I think makes Sweet Cicely even safe for a beginner, as long as you're aware of hemlock and are aware of the differences, which I'll go through now. So Sweet Cicely has fern-like leaves, like many plants in the carrot family, including the deadly toxic hemlock. But unlike any of the toxic ones in the carrot family, the leaves will smell of aniseed when they're broken up or crushed. The leaves can sometimes have these white blotches on them too, but that isn't a reliable feature because sometimes leaves, or even the leaves of full plants, might not have these on at certain stages of growth, or they might not be that obvious. The stems of Sweet Cicely, both the main stem and leaf stems, are hairy. They're covered in these fine white hairs. This is really important because hemlock and other such toxic lookalikes like fool's parsley are hairless. There are no hairs on hemlock. Cow parsley is a more common, safe lookalike, but that's just not as nice. That does also have hairy stems, but that just smells grassy rather than like aniseed. So the aniseed smell is really important. The seed pods of Sweet Cicely are long and green like this, but note it's the other features that are important because the seeds can look very similar to many plants in the carrot family, so do not try and identify this plant just from the seeds. But when it comes to eating the seeds of Sweet Cicely, you want to eat them when they are fully formed like these, but early on in this stage when they are still tender, because very soon after, literally in a matter of days, the outer casing becomes quite tough and fibrous. And although the aniseed taste remains, it does in itself fade a little bit then, but also the tough nature of the casing makes the seeds unpleasant to chew and eat. Sweet Cicely as a plant is quite common, though it's not as common as cow parsley, that's just everywhere. But I'm afraid Sweet Cicely is only quite common in the north of the UK. South of Nottingham, it's very rare, so sorry if you're down south. You'll find Sweet Cicely along shady paths, in hedgerows, roadsides and woodland edges. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had these seeds and what you think.